Hola baby boos, and welcome back to my channel for a brand new speed build that I did for my new zombie series. If you didn't know, I started a new one. It's completely unlinked to my other zombie series, so be sure to check it out. It's got a different character cast and it's just got a different story and timeline with the other series. So this one takes place just a couple months after the actual, apocalypse actually happens. So it's relatively new, whereas the other series starts kind of like a little bit later after the apocalypse. So this is like during the whole destruction of civilization and everything. So I've got a father and a daughter just trying to survive, and they're currently living in a campsite in Brindleton Bay. And I have an idea for what I want this series to kind of like the direction I want to take the series. I've been watching The Walking Dead a lot actually for a lot of inspiration, and I also started playing The Last of Us again. I absolutely love video games that are kind of like The Last of Us, or like Red Dead or GTA, where like you have a set storyline but you can like do other things, and you can look through everything, and there's like a maze that you go through in order to like get through the storyline. And I thought that this would be a really nice kind of like twist. I love implementing things that I enjoy into The Sims. So when I was playing The Last of Us, I noticed that they have certain things that they have to go around, like in one of the first parts of him delivering his quote package, which is just Ellie. He has to go through downtown in order to get to the I don't know if it's the CDC, but like they have to get to the Capitol or something. I haven't gotten that far again, and the last time I played was way a long time ago. Where I'm currently at in the game, they have to get through downtown in order to get her to where she needs to go. And they were going through like dilapidated buildings and using different passages in order to get through, and you have to go through a hole in the floor to get to the second level in order to go back up, to go back to the first level. I don't know. So they had a lot of like obstacles that I really wanted to input into The Sims in a way where it would make sense. If you didn't know, I made a save like a save file that was kind of centered around the apocalypse too. Actually, it's very centered around the apocalypse on there too. I'll link it in the description below. All I have done for it is Oasis Springs, but it's no CC. You just have to have the packs that I used for it, because a lot of the base game stuff wouldn't make sense for an apocalyptic build. So there's a lot of packs that I used. But anyways, I'm in that save creating this other LP and kind of like going through and doing builds along the way for other things that I'd like to do with it. So for this one, they're going to be going through downtown, kind of like how they do in The Last of Us, and there's going to be some roadblocks right next to the building. You'll see later in the build, I use the tool mod to put some like obstructions in the road, so they have to go through this building. And then there's like a tunnel that they have to go underneath, like downtown, like go through this tunnel and then come back up to go through. And then they have to use another tunnel, which is like a hollowed out tree trunk, in order to move through to the other side. So it's actually really cool. I'm really proud of myself, and I'm so glad that I recorded it, because I hardly ever do with my builds. I just kind of like, I let my LPs usually do the talking when it comes to my building, but I really wanted to record this to show you some of my processes, because I've just been so inspired by The Last of Us. And please forgive me if I'm like talking a little funny. My mom just made me a drink, and so like I just have a little bit of empty stomach drink jitters right now. But I only took 2 sips, but probably about to take another one here real quick. This is a long video. I tried to shorten it as much as possible, so if you notice, there's probably like a couple jumps that happen, but it goes so fast that you probably don't. So this building in particular is like an outlet mall, like a strip mall, but not really. Like there's only one actual clothing store in it. So the first room that you have to go through, it's a clothing store, and then you go up the stairs to the apartment part, because it's a strip mall / apartment building. So people used to live here, but they lived above stores. So you go up through the apartment area, and then you have to go through a hole in the wall in order to go back down to the other shop, which ends up being a grocery store that's already been a little bit cleared out. So there's not a whole lot of groceries left in there, but it would be enough for us to possibly like collect and put in our inventory. I thought ahead about like they'd be collecting supplies along the way if they were in downtown. Like they wouldn't just be there for no reason, you know? So they're gonna go through this hole in the wall, and they use that hole in the wall as basically a door, and then they go through this other room, which kind of was another apartment, but it's like so broken down that you can't even really tell. And then they go down into the grocery store, and then the grocery store has a tunnel underneath it that you go down and you explore, and you go through the tunnel and then come back up, and then you're in the pharmacy, which is all the way to the right. And then the pharmacy has some like vitamins and medicine and stuff like that that they can put in their inventory while they're looking for supplies. And then after the pharmacy, there's another hole in the wall, like on the outside, that they couldn't access before, but now they can go through that hole in the wall and go under the tunnel, the tree trunk tunnel, in order to get to the other side of the city. So it was really cool. I like making builds like this where it's like a maze and you have to go through one end of it in order to like go to the other that you really wanted to go to. So you have to like do this little adventure in order to do it. And I thought it was really, really cool. I really like concepts like that, especially in The Sims where it's like not really meant to be that way, where they're supposed to just kind of like go their own way. But if you notice, I blocked it off with an invisible fence. So like I blocked it off aesthetically with these like, you know, these like metal wall thingies, but they don't actually block you from like walking around it. So I downloaded this mod by Bakey Gaming. I think that's how you say his name. He created this invisible fence. So you put this fence around where you don't want them to walk, or like where you want them to walk in between it or whatever. And then you go through the swatches and the fence becomes invisible. So they like do the actual like route that you really intended for them to do, and they don't take other routes. So I used the invisible fence on the other doors that are boarded up. You can see me pretty soon like putting the boards on the walls and on the windows and on the doors. And so I thought it would be interesting if, you know, like they didn't go through those doors because they're boarded up, because you can still use them in The Sims. Like the boards are really just curtains, and we all know you can still use doors if they have curtains on them. So I used the invisible fence to block off the doors like structurally so that they can't actually access them. And the only door that doesn't have boards on it is the one that they can use to get through the building and therefore through downtown. So I thought it was really cool. Kind of like up my own butt about it. Like I'm actually really proud of it, and I think that you guys would really enjoy it. And if there wasn't so much CC on it, I would upload it to the gallery, but there is a ton of it. I just, when it comes to my apocalyptic LPs, there's just not a whole lot in the actual game for me to use that I would really love aesthetically to have. Like grunge. I really, really wish the Sims team would add some like grungy things, like dirty things, broken things, things that just don't look like, you know, a high fashion sim would have. Things that look like abandoned, that if you went into a haunted house or an abandoned building that you would find. Things like my broken shelves that I'm putting up. Things that would just disgust you in real life. Because, you know, not all things are pretty, not all things are bougie, not all things are for rich Sims. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like everything in the game is so clean, prim, and proper. And we don't have enough grunge. We don't have enough blood splatter, I'll tell you what. You know, we don't have enough of this kind of style, this aesthetic. So a lot of the stuff that I use, unfortunately, has to be custom content. But like I was talking about when I was plugging my save file, I found basically everything that I could with just the game and like its packs. So like I said, that's why I used a lot of packs in it. But yeah, so Archer and Anna are gonna go through downtown. I don't want to spoil why they're gonna go downtown, and it's not gonna be in the next episode. It's probably gonna be in a couple episodes from now. So I was really excited when I made it, so I just really wanted to release this as soon as possible. And I really wanted to get out a video as soon as possible because I feel like for this past year, I've just been in my own like emotions for so long that I just like not completely, but I almost kind of like abandoned my channel a little bit. It was just so hard for so long. I was like in a major depression last year, and then this past year I was about to get out of it. Like I was feeling really good, uploading a little bit more, and then oh my god. Okay, so in order to not have to stop my recording, I'm literally holding my microphone with my hand like I'm a singer at a damn country concert. My thing just fell apart. My microphone stand just completely fell off my desk, and then it disconnected to the stand that was holding my microphone, and my microphone fell out of that. Anyways, okay, so I'm just gonna hold my microphone and tell you this story. So this past year, I was doing really good, uploading a little bit more, and then a lot of life issues happened, like a lot. I lost a few friends, a family member really hurt both my husband and I, just like all up in the feels, hurt us a lot. And then I started kind of going back into my own shell a lot and just kind of started watching a lot of movies and not recording as much. And so, yeah, I fell into like another depression that was separate from the other one that I had. So moral of the story, I'm feeling a lot better now, regardless of my microphone. A little disappointed in that and how I'm gonna have to clean that up, just staring at the mess on my floor like, damn. I think I really gotta go clean that up afterwards. I can't believe that happened, and I hope that my voice doesn't sound like a damn robot now because my microphone fell on the floor, and I hope I don't gotta spend a whole $100 on a new microphone. So there's that. Anyways, so I'm about to be doing the other two stores. I decorated them with groceries and pills and stuff like medications, but I didn't actually show that in the recording because it took a lot for me to actually find it in my catalog. I have so much CC that it takes a long time unless you know the name of what you're specifically looking for. It takes a long time to go through all that CC just to grab, you know, one thing that you're like, one specific thing that you're thinking about. So it took me a while to find all the CC groceries that I had and all that jazz. But I think that it turned out really cool. I got a lot of inspiration from the other build that I made in the save game in Oasis Springs, where I show it off in my save file video. The last one that I recorded, I showed it off a little bit, and you have to kind of like go through all of these like tunnels and stuff. Not tunnels, but like gotta use these ladders to go up and down, and like you can't go through one way, you have to go through a specific way. And I thought it was really cool. And then this is kind of like a spin-off on that, and I used tunnels and all that stuff in order to get through it. I think it's a really cool idea. It's not really my idea. It's like The Last of Us really kind of lasted in my mind, you know? Anyways, I really hope that you enjoy this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna get going and clean up this dang mess from the microphone falling on you, or on me. I don't know, you fell on me technically, or I fell on, the microphone fell, whatever. The microphone fell on my foot is what really happened, if you really want to know the truth. Anyways, please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, loves. Mwah. Walking in your sleep.